This is what happens when you bow down to the Chinese communist. You really have no word to say. And if they say something to take money away, you have to kowtow to them because of interests. I just want to say right off the bat here, James Harden and Adam Silver of the NBA, you're pieces of shit. You. Now let's continue on here. China TV drops NBA exhibition games, escalating pressure amid tweet uproar. Chinese state television said on Tuesday they would not air NBA exhibition games played in the country this week, heaping pressures on U.S. Basketball League after a tweet by Houston Rockets executive backing protests in Hong Kong. That's Daryl Morey. Then he apologized, of course. Rockets General Daryl apologized on Monday for any hurt caused by the tweet, which he quickly deleted over the weekend. And here's what the Chinese said. It says, "We strongly oppose Silver's support on the basis of freedom of speech." Are you kidding me? And what we think, any comments that challenge a country's sovereignty and social stability is not within the scope of freedom of speech. Oh, God. Right there, that should tell you all what you need to know. They don't care about that, especially the NBA and people who do business over there. They don't give a crap. Why would they? Having said that, let's go to here. James Harden apologized as controversy grows as we love China. I don't know James Harden. Don't know anything about basketball. But from what I can tell, like I said, he's a piece of... James Harden has offered an apology as a controversy over General Manager Daryl Morey's tweet of support for Hong Kong protesters continues to grow at a crucial time for the NBA and China. Harden spoke while standing with teammate Russell Westbrook, possibly another piece of at a practice in Tokyo on Monday, 3 days after Morey posted a now deleted tweet that read, "Fight freedom, stand with Hong Kong." Quote, "We apologize. You know, we love China. We love playing there," Harden said. "For both of us individually, we go there once or twice a year. They show us most important love." What the F is that? What a bastard. God dang. Then here we go from USA Today. As the controversy grows, people start coming out. And they say, opinion. It is time for LeBron James to speak out on China regardless of Nike ties. Oh, he can't do that. Or he's going to lose buku dollars. When LeBron James gets off a plane in China on Tuesday, he better be ready. Reporters will surely be waiting for the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers, but especially for LeBron. And if he wants to preserve his sterling and well-deserved reputation as an athlete, willing to risk backlash while speaking out against social injustice, he won't do it about China, guarantee it. Here's what he must say. He supports the right to freedom of speech and believes free and open society. And he won't do it because he will be in China. U.S. puts visa restrictions on Chinese officials over abuses of Muslims in Xinjiang province. It says the Trump administration put visa restrictions on Chinese officials Tuesday amid ongoing abuses of Muslim minorities in this Xinjiang region. Secretary Mike Pompeo said the measures target officials. Says China is his tweet forcibly detained over 1 million Muslims in a brutal systemic campaign to erase religion and culture in Xinjiang. China must end its draconian surveillance and repression, release all those arbitrarily detained, and cease its coercion of Chinese Muslims abroad. This one from Breitbart. This is what I actually honestly believe China is basically saying. You want to do business with us? Don't worry about freedom of speech. It's ridiculous. Chinese government newspaper Global Times warned global brands to make their members speak cautiously on Chinese political issues Monday in response to ongoing controversy following the NBA executive lending support to pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver attempted to walk back condemnation of Morey following outrage from Americans shocked that American Sports League would censor free political speech, particularly one that has spent years fostering political debate among its athletes and stars. There you go. Chinese regime is still forcing streaming companies to cancel NBA game broadcasts in response to the controversy. Daryl Morey, general manager of the NBA team, Houston Rockets, has obviously gotten himself into trouble, the article lamented, calling Morey's skill at the job simply too poor for challenging an authoritarian regime. Oh, man. Here we go from the Daily Caller. Elite American institutions keep bowing to Chinese communists over and over again. The NBA provided a latest example Sunday night when League Commissioner Adam Silver apologized for Houston Rockets general manager and Daryl Morey's tweet in support for pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong. Rocket star James Harden followed suit and apologized to China for Morey's tweets. Here's another one that's interesting. Apple bows to China by censoring Taiwan flag emoji. In a recent update to iOS 13.1, Apple's iPhone operating system, and Apple reportedly removed the Taiwanese flag emoji from its keyboard for users in Hong Kong, Macau, China's two special administrative regions. Apple's region lock of ROC Taiwan flag extended beyond CN devices to HK and Macau's and iOS They're going to roll out. Interestingly, the new lock only affects the keyboard and it has no problem displaying and it's easy to bypass by switching regions. Good for them. Here we go. Tiffany removes advert over Hong Kong controversy. Tiffany & Company have removed a tweet showing a woman covering one eye after Chinese consumers accused a jeweler of supporting the Hong Kong protest. The photo posted on Monday showed Chinese model Sun Fifi wearing a Tiffany ring on her right hand as she covers her right eye. Angry Chinese buyers believed it was a deliberate echo of the pose adopted by the Hong Kong's pro-democracy demonstrators to denounce police violence in the semi-autonomous city. And then here's her response. We regret that it may be perceived as such. In turn, we remove the image from our digital and social media channels, and we will discontinue its use effective immediately. This one here. The NBA chooses China's money over Hong Kong's human rights. Daryl Morey is now being forced to apologize because he supports democracy? Exactly. Daryl Morey did the right thing at first. In Friday night tweet that he since deleted, the Houston Rockets general manager expressed support for legions of protesters who have taken to the streets of Hong Kong. The demonstration started as protests against a new Chinese extradition bill that opponents believe that it would lead to disappearance of Hong Kong's critics of Chinese regime, as well as infringe upon the limited independence the semi-autonomous region enjoys. The bill was pulled in September, but the protests have additional demands, including the independence inquiry on police brutality and resignation of Hong Kong's chief executive, Carrie Lam. Again, remember, I think it was this last week or the week before, Hong Kong police shot someone right in the chest, and he said, he was attacking me. Shot him. I don't think he killed him, but he's in critical condition still. These are understandable fears when dealing with a communist regime like China's, and the NBA has long known as perhaps the most free-thinking, outspoken league when it comes to politics of its players. Just last week, the governor of California signed a controversial bill into law and television show hosted by LeBron James, arguably the league's most visible player. However, the problem for Morey is the Chinese also love basketball, and thanks surely to the stardom of former Rockets great Yao Ming, now the head of the Chinese Basketball Association, Houston's trailed only Golden State in popularity in the nation per a recent survey. There appears to be too much money to be made in China for the NBA to stand up for human rights. Let's read that again. There appears to be too much money to be made in China for the NBA to stand up for human rights. That says it right there. The NBA cares about the almighty dollar over the rights of man. Or the rights of humans if you're a lefty douchebag. The rights of humans, the rights of man, are second or third compared to the almighty dollar according to the NBA. And that shows it right here. They don't care. The NBA doesn't care about human rights in Hong Kong, especially Adam Silver. He says, well, people can say what they want. It's the United States, but we need to parse our language, make sure we don't piss off the Chi-Coms. What does that say? I don't know. And to Adam Silver, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, for you those who are apologizing, you're a piece of shit. All three of you. And how dare you? You care about money over the rights of man, rights of humans in Hong Kong and elsewhere in China, etc.? Unbelievable. Yao himself responded to Morey's tweet with condemnation, calling it an inappropriate comment related to Hong Kong, and the CBA suspended its exchanges and cooperation with the Rockets. Chinese sportswear maker Li Ning did the same, suspending its association with the team. The Chinese government also weighed in via its consulate, saying that it was deeply shocked by the tweet. The Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta quickly disowned Morey's tweet. Listen, D. Morey does not speak for the Houston Rockets. Our presence in Tokyo is all about the promotion of the NBA internationally, money, and we are not a political organization. Bullcrap, you lying douche. The Rockets and the NBA could have stood up for Morey for decency and for the protesters and human rights. More than 2,000 have been injured in the months of the demonstration with the Chinese government characterized as riots, but selling sneakers, jerseys, and the game. But they instead folded all too readily, all too eager to hold on to the dollars that they gleaned from the communist nation. Ted Cruz, Oslo's lifetime Houston Rockets fan, I'm proud to see D. Morey call out the Chinese Communist Party's representative treatment protesters in Hong Kong. Now in pursuit of big money, the NBA is shamefully retreating. And then the NBA released a statement about Daryl Morey, recognized that the views expressed by Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey have deeply offended many of our friends and fans in China. Money, which is regrettable. Money. While Darryl has made it clear that his tweet does not represent the Rockets or the NBA, the values of the league support individuals educating themselves, money, and sharing their views on matters important to them, money. We have great respect for the history and culture in China, money, and hope the sports NBA uses a unifying force to bridge cultural divide. Money. We are better than this. Human rights shouldn't be for sale, and the NBA shouldn't be assisting Chinese communist censorship. For all its MLK Day t-shirts and other symbolic gestures towards wokeness, here in the States, there is still the league that sees it fit to do business with a regime that represses human rights whenever given the chance. The league even has a presence in Xinjiang in the northwest of the country. And with the Chinese region where Slate reported last year, the nation's authorities were holding roughly 1 million Muslims, the Turkic-speaking minority called Uyghurs, in concentration camps. The NBA has a different kind of camp there, one of its 3 national training camps in the Yurmikwe Jinking capital. Again, I don't watch the NBA, and I won't ever because of this, because they care about money. That's all they care about. Money, 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 money. They don't care. I think I've said all I need to say about that. Adam Silver, you're a garbage human. Lazo out.